Okay, so today we're going to discuss about one more library. So this is also built-in library that is called operating system. So we'll see how to use operating system in robot framework. Okay, so I have listed a few keywords. So which we need to talk about. Yeah. So these are the major things we'll use in operating system. So mainly operating system it's equivalent to the OS module in Python. So what this will do, if you want to interact with the operating system, if you want to send some commands, if you want to create some file, if you want to create some directory, so what are the things you want to send it to the operating system? So those things will deal with this module. So in this library and this module, it is equivalent to OS module in Python. So they have written few things. Okay, so directly we can use it. So they have given some keywords here, so we can using those keywords we can do we can send a command to the operating system. So we'll see how to do it. So let's create one suite. Okay, I'm just creating one suite called OSX. Same settings here to create, and here library have to import operating system. Okay, you can create some documentation. Something. Okay, so let's see those things. See, one I have append to environment variable. Okay, so if you want to append something to environment variable, let's say we have one variable called path or some test or something. If you have any environment variable, if you want to append something, so like if you want to add one more path to the path variable, similar to that, if you want to add anything to the environment variable, you can use append to environment variable. Okay, so before that we'll discuss about these three: set environment variable and get environment variable. Okay, and get environment variables. So these keywords, these four keywords are related to the environment of the operating system. Okay, so see, I'm just giving. So if you want to see an environment variable, okay, so this is path is one not variable. If I give echo, so in Linux we'll use echo to print something, and for for a variable we'll give dollar. Okay, this is one environment variable, so this is the path. Okay, so similarly if you want you can create variable like export. With this we discussed in Python classes. So export some name equal to, okay, so this is how we can send. If you want to get, we'll use. So if you want to add, if you want to append some value to the particular unknown variable, we'll do the same. Export equal to dollar name. So this will get the value of this, and I'll give like that. So this new variable, I mean, it will override with the existing value and colon robot. Okay, see like this. So we just created one environment variable, and after that, with that I just added some value like this. So this value I just appended to the environment variable. So these entire operations, so instead of this we can do in a robot itself. Okay, so first if you want to create some variable, environment variable, set environment variable. Okay, you have to give the variable name one, and I'll specify shoot name. Okay, I'm just setting this. So for get, if you want to get some variable environ, we can give the variable name. So you can give shoot name. So this will return the variable name. So I'm just returning, I'm assigning to the one variable. Okay, so let's run this. Environment variable shoot name set to the value os-ex dot robot. Okay, so we are just getting the environment variable value of shoot name, so it is giving os-ex dot robot. Okay, so you can see here this keyword is defined in operating system. Okay, so if you not import this operating system library, then it will throw an error. Okay, so get environment variable. So for get environment variable, so we have one more option. So instead of that, we can directly use like this percentile of that environment variable name. Okay, so this will also equivalent to the same get environment variable. So this will also give the environment variable of shoot name. So you have to specify here the name of the environment variable. See, same thing, you can use this way or else you can use this way. Okay, there are two ways. Okay, so similarly if you want to print all variables, get environ, so it will return as a dictionary. See, this is returned to a dictionary, and the dictionary is having environment variable name and the value. Okay, so here shoot name, OSAX, log name, and this one, and user is something, and path. Okay, so there are few things. So if you see here dot dot triple dot, that means there is some data content. So if you log this $env, then you will see full complete data. Okay, so how many variables, how many environment variables, and what are those values, so everything you can see. Okay, so now if you want to append environment variable, append to environment variable. Variable name you have to specify and what you want to append. So I just want to append something. So this I want to append to the this particular student. And here if you print student name, it has to print the new one. So along with the osex.robot colon robot has to, so see osex.robot. So the colon is default separator. Okay, so if you explicitly if you give one more colon, it will place here, and the colon is separator for each value. Okay, so if you remove this, there will be only one environment variable. Okay, so similarly we have few more things. File. Okay, so these are like environment related. So next we'll discuss about file related things. First, create a file and get file size and remove file. Okay, so if you want to create some file, you can create file name you have to specify. Okay, so file name or path you have to specify and the content, so what you want to print. Okay, and you can give full path, or if you give only file name, that file will create in the same directory. And here you can specify content. Okay, so this will create a file. Similarly, get file, so this will read the content of the file. You can specify file or path. Okay, so you will see whether file is created. See, file is created and you can see the content. Welcome to operating system. Okay, so the content whatever we give printed. Okay, created a file, it gives full path. In this particular location it got created. Next, get a file. So This is written the content of the file. Okay, same like file operations how we did in Python, here also same thing. So next, get file size. You can see the size of the file. File name you can specify. This will return the size. Okay, similarly you can check whether the file is exist or not, and similarly the file should not be empty. File should exist, the file name you have to specify. Okay, so instead of giving every time, I'm just creating one variable, file name. Okay, so I just defined in one variable, and that variable I'm using everywhere. Okay, so this will return. If it exists, it will true or false, otherwise it will fail. Similarly, file should not be empty. Okay, size is 27 bytes. Okay, the file should exist, file exists, file should not be empty. Okay, file is containing some data, so both are passing. So let's see, if you're doing some operation like get file size, or you're opening some you're opening I mean you try to access the content of the file like get file. So if the file is not exist, if you run these two, it will fail. So instead of that, after creating a file, if you want to check whether the file is exist or not, then you can do one check here. So after creating a file, so what do you have to verify? File should exist. Okay, so if file exists, then you have to run these two. Okay, so for that you can use stat. Okay, so we need to get the status of this. In this keyword, if you remember, run keyword and return status. This keyword will execute this and return status true or false. Okay, so run keyword if stat equal to true. Okay, if it is true, if the file is exist, then we have to run these two keywords. Okay, so these two keywords, let's say I'm putting in one keywords. I'm just creating one keyword, file of something. Okay, so instead of these two, that keyword I'm using here. Run keyword if keywords exist, else log some message I'm giving. So file doesn't exist. Okay, okay, see, we just executing this. This is written true, stat is true. So we're verifying here run keyword. If the stat is true, we have to execute this keyword, file op. This keyword is executing, else it has to execute some message as to print. Okay, so that's how we can. I think if you remember, we discussed this run keyword if and run keyword and return status and all those things. I just remind once again. Okay, so we are done with file. So we have one more, append to a file and a copy file. So if you want to append some data to the file, you can use append to a file. Append to a file and the file name. So file name is the argument and the content what you want to append. So that also you can do. Append to a file name we have to give. Okay, so I just want to append some this environment. So we got some environment variables, right? So I just want to append all environment variables to the file. Okay, so after append the file, if you want to copy file source to destination. So destination I'm giving here some, which file we give, create file. Okay, so I just want to copy it like this, create file.txt underscore bkb. If you run this, think this is a dictionary, right? So directly you can't add it. So instead of this, if you want to add that, you can convert that to string. Okay. So if I give, see there is a file, create file. Okay. It got copied to the new file, and it is appending to the this value in run variables. Okay, this content. If you see the robot log, refresh, see append to a file, append to a file name, and copied file from this location to this location. Okay, so the good thing is here for logging everything, it will be like plain English. Okay, so they're giving very good logging. Okay, from this you will come to know that what's happening with using this keyboard. So that is good. So similarly, if you want to remove a file, so just copy it. Now I just want to remove file, whatever I copied, I just want to remove. Okay, just execute it. See, no such file or directory, it got removed. Okay, only create file.txt, there is no this file because it got removed already. Okay, so like this you can deal with the files. So now we'll see how to deal with the directories, like create a directory. Okay, create a directory and copy directory or remove directory. Okay, create directory, the path you have to specify. Okay, okay, I just want to create this and copy source to destination. So instead of this you can give full path also. Okay, so I just want to create in, let's see, home slash home. I want to create slash home. Okay, so it has to create in slash home and it has to copy from slash home test diary to slash home test diary 1. Okay, as these two will create on the new test case. I'm just executing the second test case. Okay, so there is no slash home. Okay, actually this slash home we have to access root, so it is saying operation not found. So I'll give, okay. So if you see we are in this location, okay, desktop robot. So I'm just creating direct in this particular location. It got executed, and see if you see ls-ltr, it is listing all the files. If you see here, nothing has created in the current directory because we created in different. So I'll give the same. See, it created test dir and it copied to dir 1. Okay, so that is how you can create and copy. Now remove directory. Okay, so remove directory, you have to specify the directory name. Okay, so here remove directory. The directory can contain multiple files and multiple folders. So inside directory you can create something. So if you want to remove directory, so if you want to remove all files and all directories inside the directory, so if you want to remove everything, you have to give recursive equal to true. If you specify this, so it will remove recursively, so it will remove everything, so it will remove all data in the directory. So default it will be false. If you want to remove everything, you can give recursive equal to true. Okay, if you say this, if this directory contains something, it will remove all, or else if you not give this, it will remove only the directory. If it is not having anything, it will remove. If it contains any data, it won't remove. See, it removed test dir 1. Okay, so instead of that, I'll tell you one more. So I'll have one more keyword, touch. So this touch is like, it's a like Linux command. So this will create a file. It will just create a plain file. Okay, I'm just touching one file in the particular location, test dot, that's test. I'm just creating one file, and so inside this I just want to create one more directory, tmp. Okay, so it will copy, and if I remove now, okay, it is, it is already there. Let's skip this. See, it is failing, that remote directory is failing. Remote directory is failing. Why? Because this directory is contains some file or some directories. It is not empty. So if it is an empty, it will remove. So in this case, if you want to remove everything inside the directory, then you have to give recursive equal to true. Recursive equal to true. If you specify recursively, it will remove. That means whole data it will remove. Inside files also it will remove. So it got passed. If you see now, there is no test there. Okay, because we cleaned it. Okay, so like that you can. So these are the keywords with related to directory. Okay, similarly split path. Okay, so what is split path? So using this, if you give this entire path like this, okay, so this will split with the slash. Okay, so the slash is a like a path separator, right? So this will be like user is one directory, inside this Ramakrishna Kalyanpu and the desktop, and there will be something. So this is the path. So if you use split path, so this will separate like each directory and each file name. So it will split with the slashes. Okay, so this will contain three, one, two, three values. So this will return to only. I think this will split with the last separator path. So that means if you have any file name here, so it will split at last and it will give the first, this whole thing as a first element, and the last one is the second element. So here it will have only two things. So I gave only this path, so desktop is the last one and rest everything is the starting. So let's say you have one full path. Instead of that, you want to get only the file name and you want to get the directory name, whole directory name, I mean the full path of the directory name, you can use split path. So this will split with the last path separator, so this slash. Okay, so like that you can use. So next we have few more. These are the things. So run and return rc, run and return rc and output, return code and output. Okay, so using these three keywords, so if you, so these are the, so these are the keywords where you can create a file, create a directory and something. So using these keywords, you can execute any Linux command on the system, on the machine. Okay, so if you want to execute ls command, if you want to execute grep, if you want to execute something, you can execute whatever you want. Okay, so I just want to execute this command. and I want to get the output, or I want to execute. Okay, so if I want to know that configuration of my system, I can use ifconfig. Okay, interface configuration. So this will list out all details. So I want to get this output from the robot. So then we have, so we have one keyword run. You can specify the command name pwd. Okay, execute commands. Running command pwd. So this will run in background. Okay, but you don't know what is the output, but still it will execute. Okay, so that is why it will just run the command. Okay, so whatever you want to run, it will run. So now instead of that, you want to get the return code run and return RC. RC is nothing but return code. You are executing same command, so this will run and it will return the code. So return code is nothing but Linux code. So once you execute the command, so it will return some code. That code tells that the command is success or it throws any failure. Okay. So now I'm just executing same command. Let's see. So this is returning 0. Okay. So in Linux, if you execute some command, so this is the RC return code. For success, it will return 0. If I execute something, so this is invalid command. So this will tell that command is not found. That means this command execution is failed. So this will return some integer. Okay. So success it will return 0. If it fails, it will return some integer. Okay. Now if you want to validate that, you can give something. Okay. 126. So that is the use of this keyword. So this will execute the command, and along with that it will return the code. So instead of that, you want to get the output, so the command output also. Then we have one more keyword, run and return RC and output. Okay, so run and return RC and run and return RC and output. Output. Okay, you're executing same command, and this will return code as well as output. So you have to get two values. So one is RC and the other one is out. Okay, if it returns two values, if you want to get two things, we have to give like this: one value and separator and other one. So this will return two value, right? One is RC and output. This will return as a tuple RC and output. So RC will store in the first and the output will store in the next. Okay, like this you can give. Okay, see here, RC is 0, written code is 0, and output is this one. So present working directory is this one. Okay, so like this you can do. So now I want to get the IP address of my system. Okay, so how to do that? So first we'll see manually. So I need to execute this command ifconfig. So that will give this output. From this I need to fetch the IP address of my machine. Okay, okay, so this is my IP address. Okay, so instead of this I need to find out this is my IP address and I want to fetch the IP address. Okay, so how to get it? So first we need to execute this command, so that will list out all. So from that, this portion I need to get it. So these are the interfaces. en0. Okay, so en0 is interface, so I need to get this interface details. So instead of that, with this one I can give en0. Okay, so this command will gives only the particular interface details. So this is like wireless interface, so I need to get IP address of this machine. Okay, so we'll say that. I'm creating one test case. Okay, so run command way to give ifconfig en0. Okay, so we need to get output also, right? Return RC and output. RC and out. Okay, so log spelling mistake. Okay, see, so we are getting output like this. Okay, from this we need to get this line. Okay, so how to get this? So let's split with the slash n. So this is all our new lines, right? So I need to split with slash n, and after that I need to get 1 2 3 4 fourth line. Okay, first split with slash n. Okay, so we have one keyword split dollar out, the string we have to specify, and the separate is slash n. Okay, so this will return list So I'm just giving split things. Split is in strings library, so we have to use string. Split string. Okay, see, so I'm just splitting slash n. So this is the output. So this output is splitting slash n. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 here. So this is the list 1 2 3 4 and there are something. Okay, so with this I need only this fourth element. So 0 1 2 3. Okay, so instead of this split with slash n, we have one more thing, split lines. So we have that keyword also, right? Split to lines. So using this also directly we can split with slash n. Okay, now I need to get lines of 3. See, 3 is this is the value. Okay, with this I need to get only the IP address. Okay, so then again you can split with spaces. Okay, so we can get the second element. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll split with split string. So default it will split with space. Is half. Oh, not get it. See here, I'm splitting the string. So this is the string, right? The last one. So this string I'm splitting spaces. Then inet and IP address and netmask and this new broadcast. So here I need only this IP address. So this is the second element now. So 0 1. So I just gave res of 1. So I'm getting only IP address. Okay, so that is how we can get the IP address of the machine. Okay, now so this test case we need to validate the IP address. Okay, so we'll give IP address here, IP equal to, so the IP address, right? Okay, so after getting we have to validate. If whatever we're getting, this is what we are expecting, so we need to validate. If both are same, if it is same, okay, else, so we need to fail the test case. If you not get the same, we need to fail the test case. For fail the test case, we have a keyword fail. We can give the some message equal to IP address is not same. Okay, so this is how. So if we get expected thing, we have to pass. So default it will pass, else we have to fail. IP address is same. So instead of that, if I give invalid IP here, I gave invalid IP, then this test case has to be failed. Sorry. I didn't give IP here. $of IP. See, fail. IP address is not same. See, it went in else section. Fail. First, it will fail the test case, and the message is IP address is not same. It will print here. Okay, so like that, if you want to fail, you can fail. So, I'll revert it back. If I give valid IP address, it should pass. See here, it is in if condition, both are equal, then it executed IP address is same. Okay, so that is how you can write a test case. Okay, so I think that's all from operating system. So now let's execute all test case. So I'll remove all. Okay, you can see the all 4 test cases, 4 passed, 0 failed. If we refresh this, 4 test cases. Okay. Okay, you can see in detail. Okay, so that is how we can use operating system. Okay, so are you clear with this? Okay, so you can try from your end, like execute some Linux commands. Like now we try to get IP address, right? Similarly, try to get you can take an interface and try to get this broadcast address, and you can get this name username. Okay, so you can give some combination. You just practice around that. Okay. Okay. So do you have anything to ask? Are you clear with this?